What's up, guys? I got another movie review for you. This one's from Code Red, one of my all-time favorite labels. I love Code Red. This is a blaxploitation movie that seemed like it was in public domain for a long time, so you may have seen it as part of like some of those big Mill Creek or whatever 50 packs and stuff like that. It's called Baby Needs a New Pair of Shoes. It was also called Jive Turkey, which is a funnier title, but this was kind of like a low-budget blaxploitation movie from the 70s. The story's about an older guy who runs a numbers racket, and he's not like a huge kingpin, but he definitely has like a sizable kind of criminal operation, and he's kind of like a local hero and legend or whatever. And he's found enough success that he's come up on the radar of like the Italian mafia, and so they're coming in and trying to push him out, and he doesn't want to get pushed out. So the movie kind of follows from there, and just we find out what happens when they clash, who comes out on top, how much violence, how much whatever. It's a decent movie if you like mob movies and blaxploitation, crime movies. The story is okay. I mean, it's all just kind of there to set up, you know, the mafia versus these gangsters. It's interesting though because the main character is so much older. Like the other blaxploitation movies normally have like younger guys who are out kicking ass and blowing shit up and doing stunts, and this is just like he's just an old dude, and he's just as cool, and he's kicking ass too. It doesn't have a lot of nudity in it. It has a couple nude scenes, but one of the sex scenes is really funny because the old guy is making love to this much younger woman, and he's like dragging his finger all over her nose and her mouth. It's really bizarre. It's a really awkward scene, but I thought it was funny. It's got a decent amount of blood in it for a movie like this. It doesn't have horror movie level blood, but it's got a lot of gunshots, and then it's got a transsexual assassin in it who kills in pretty graphic ways. She's got like a sharpened pin on a watch or a bracelet or a brooch. I don't remember now. I'm sorry, but she cuts a guy's throat with it, and that's got a pretty neat. I mean, it's very low budget, but it still looks kind of cool. There's another scene where she beats a guy to death with a high-heeled shoe. There's a crazy scene with Russian roulette between the old guy and the leader of the Italian mafia. And then there's a scene where the old guy just Donkey Kongs this motherfucker's face in. And like you don't get to see it, unfortunately, but you do get to see like the blood splashing up into the camera. It's pretty cool. It does it so it's got some fun action, some fun fight scenes. I just think it's a fun blaxploitation, organized crime kind of movie. The Blu-ray is from Code Red, and it is 115. Had to double check that one. It doesn't have any. All it's got is a trailer, and then it has a new HD print. It doesn't look great, unfortunately, but given the state of the movie and the fact that it's like kind of in public domain, and it may be in public domain, I don't know, but it looks decent enough. I can't imagine any other studio would even release this movie, let alone make a new print that looks as good as this. So I'm happy with it. I think fans of the movie will be happy with it. I don't expect a lot of extras with it because it is such a low-profile release, but you do get the trailer and a bunch of other Code Red trailers. I would recommend this to anyone who's a fan of blaxploitation, organized crime movies, just weird movies. There's a lot of weird stuff in it. It does have a lot of racism, but I mean, that's the nature of a movie like this. The Italians don't like the black people don't like the Italians, and they share plenty of racial slurs back and forth. It has a very a very interesting song in it that would definitely outrage people today and definitely raise a lot of eyebrows. It's actually tied into an alternate title of the movie, which I'm not gonna say because I don't want a bunch of downvotes and dislikes. So if you're very sensitive to that, or aren't able to put into perspective when this movie was made and kind of the circumstances around it, I can see people being very easily offended by that. But it's a product of its time, and it's a product of the genre. I think it was a really fun movie. Above all else, I don't know if it's a good movie, but it's definitely a really fun movie. I would certainly recommend it, and I think Code Red gave it a pretty good treatment. Again, that's Baby Needs a New Pair of Shoes. You might have known it as Jive Turkey, 115 in the Code Red library. I hope you like this video, guys, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.